Yo, welcome back to True Sons podcast number, I think it's the third episode, guys.
We had 3 already.
Hey, when you get to the third episode, you got some fans, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to all the Trues out there. We got the Trues out there in the building, man. Thank y'all for joining us. Got my guys with me right to the left. We got the main man.
J-Mac, Jeremy Macklin.
All right, to the right, who we looking at?
Kevin, they call me Rut, though, a.k.a. Rut.
And it's your boy Spoon Jones, a.k.a. Sean Weatherspoon. Thank y'all for joining us, man. It's good to be back in front of the camera, back with my guys.
Oh, yeah.
I think, we kind of left it a little hanging, kind of like the true freshman year, how we were adjusting to things and how it was going, man. But let's move on from that. Let's get to the anomaly of a year, right? That 2007 Missouri team. I want to start off with you, Matt, because you didn't get a chance to get down your freshman year, so this was your freshman year.
Yeah.
Coming out party.
Yes, sir.
Illinois.
Man, first of all, season to remember, right? Number one in the country. Just I think we knew internally how good we was gonna be. We saw the training camp practices, right? We saw the competitiveness. We saw the talent, right? We saw we had 2 Mackey-worthy tight ends. We saw we had me at receiver, Denario, Will, Tommy, JP. Yeah, it just on and on. The staple of running backs, the defense, right? Like
it was shaping out to be
it was shaping out to be something special. So we knew internally how good we were gonna be. And then clearly Heisman, candidate at quarterback.
Chase,
It didn't surprise us, right?
No.
It didn't surprise us. And I think game after game, right, I think we just kept proving that. And it helps, man, when you got guys who are unselfish too. Right? Those guys talk about, who invented the handshake thing and Tommy and Will and all those guys. But, I think it was more of a symbol of, man, we about business, right? I think
standing on it.
Yeah, I think Drink had a little sound bite. Talking about he's standing on business. I feel like that's kind of what we tried to implement with the squad that we had, man. And it was fun, man. I remember that whole season like it was yesterday.
Really?
I still watch the highlight tapes.
Him and Denario with a highlight tape.
Yeah,
demons.
Man.
Good.
So much document.
Man, you just relive it, man. And honestly, you know why I do it sometimes? Me being a high school coach, man, sometimes I watch stuff like that to see if I pick up anything that I might be able to implement in what I got going on. Whether it's a play, whether it's a scheme, whether it's a concept, whatever the case may be, I just do it, right?
Okay.
So
it's relevant for you.
Yeah, it's relevant for me. And I like to see.
Come on.
I want to see what's going off.
He's humble. But he has to let a mother know.
No, for real though, man. But no, it was special, man. And then, clearly the game at Arrowhead against Kansas, to top it off, and you came up a little short of our goal because I honestly believe that we were a national championship worthy team
without a doubt,
man. But man, it was one of the best times I've ever had.
He said the word best. Was that the best team?
I'm a little biased, but
yes, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think you go to the accolades that came with the guys that were playing. I think you do talk about that, and I think you talk about it's not a mistake that we're number one in the country at one point.
No.
So I believe so. Yes, I think this team this past year is very, very good. I think the team in 2014.
Was it
17, 14?
14 Cotton Bowl. I think they won it again.
I think that squad was great.
Yeah, so those are all good teams, but I just with the offensive firepower we had and the defensively what we were able to do.
It's funny. Yeah. It's funny that you guys say that because I kind of look at those teams from each era, and it's like a piece of the team. Like
absolutely,
our era, it's like just super elite. Like at the standing on 2 feet playing offense.
Yeah.
Super elite. And then at every level of the defense, there was someone elite. Every level of the defense.
That's true.
Offense was more stacked. But then, I look at the next kind of, you had Shane Ray, you had Marcus Goldens, Jacquees Smiths, Alden Smiths, and we got a chance to play with Jacquees and all of them.
Michael Sam.
Their edge presence was like, them boys went to the SEC and got down. Let's just be honest. They went and got down.
Absolutely.
Now we did kind of set that up, doing what we did to get us into there. But and then now you look at us and we're just beefy.
Yeah.
Bro, we beefy. That's just what we're not beefy in the middle to be like just a so but I still gotta go to our team, because
gotta go to that team.
Chase Daniel.
Yeah.
In 7-on-7, bro, we didn't stop y'all.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
it
my
was
goodness.
just like
Talk about that.
tag on the ball is what coach. I got kicked off the field for not tagging off on the ball. That's all
They're
you could
gonna
kind of
catch
bank
it.
on was
Yeah.
tagging off, tackle the catch. That's all you could really do, man. It was too much heat. I think you and Denario and Perry might have been the same position going in that camp or something like. And these are all guys with experience and talent, just crazy. So I mean, those teams were just year after year.
That year for me, because like we said, I wasn't playing around that time, but it's still a hell of a ride.
Yeah.
To be a part of, you know what I mean? At that time, I'm doing the special teams thing. I'm running
Iron
around
sharpens
kickoff.
iron. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And for me, I probably got to reap more of the off the field benefits for what y'all were doing on the field. And I appreciate y'all for that, man. Because my name held weight. Yeah. I went to practice too, right? But my name, I could go into the bars, my name hold a little weight just because I was on that same team. You know what I mean? So that is what it was for me. So I never missed a night out that year.
So to me, I think we kind of say it again.
I never missed a night out.
Hey, my guy was in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like
Sunday through Sunday.
Hey, and I can't knock it, man.
In the college
saying? I can imagine when because that's how I felt my first year there. Like man, I ain't getting no reps, man. I'm going to the club. You know, that's how I felt. You know, so I get that, especially at a young age. But I think we all agree that KU game was probably that memorable game of the season, man. Like
so
game day.
It was, I think, collectively, but personally, it was my first game in the Dome. I had
Illinois.
Yeah, Illinois. I mean,
first game, yeah.
Back in
mine too.
I saw you over there. I was like, you ain't gonna talk about that.
Yeah, no. So
come on.
I'm saying like that's my most memorable
in
game.
your house.
Now Kansas game collectively as a team and what it represented, absolutely.
Yeah,
but for me personally, like individually, like man, coming off ACL, like honestly, like I had good moments in camp and everything. You know. But I didn't know what I was going to be again.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until that game. My very first collegiate touch, right, in a college game, I fumbled the ball, picked it up on the reverse, and ran about 35 yards.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You did that on your highlight tape in high school too, though. I saw, and this was crazy. But I saw it. I was like, he went for he had a bubble. I don't know.
Yes, you did.
It might have been Stoop throwing it. I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
But anyway, Marcus Harris. But man, I remember you like, I forgot something. The ball. He went back, picked it up, and cribbed it. I said, man, they ain't playing no ball in Missouri. They're not playing no ball in Missouri.
Y'all had the worst high school ball ever. I'm like, there's no way he's that nice.
And then he come put it on tape, all spring, all camp. First game, this man dropped the ball in the show. In the show, bro. And like scoops it up, get 30 pieces.
Man,
it was real.
Man, that was like, yo, I can do this. Cause you start questioning yourself a little bit, right? Like, and I had been humbled, and I was never a cocky person, but like I had been humbled to a point to where I learned to really like have really cherish what I was able to do.
Perspective change.
Yeah, man, my whole perspective changed. It was way bigger than me after that. So, man, that game, but then I mean, clearly, man, the photo with the grass in his helmet after the sack by Lorenzo, like, it don't get no better than that.
I ran into Tyrese, like, the year after the COVID year in the NFL. You guys know I'm pretty tight with Austin Hooper.
Okay.
That's like my little bro, man. So he was out there in Cleveland, and he was playing, and, he wanted some people to come out and kick it with him and vibe with him. So I came out. Baker Mayfield and Tyrese went to the same high school. I come downstairs in Austin's place about to shoot some pool. I'm like, hold on. That ain't got no turf up there. But I'm like, yo, that's Tyrese. And we ended up taking a picture, kicking it, just vibing and everything. Dope. Talking about the good old days, man. Yeah. Like, that game.
Not so good for him.
Yeah, not so good for him. But that game, like, just what we accomplished that day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was it. That was that moment at Missouri. But the Texas A&M game that same season, Mac, I think you might have caught one in the flat and went for about 90.
Yeah.
But Texas A&M decided to take some JUCO linebackers and pass on a kid from Jasper, Texas that could have came up right up the street to play some ball up there. And I mean, I was just so ramped up. They had Mike Goodson over there from H-Town.
Running.
Top 5-star coming out of high school. Like Javorsky Lane, Stephen McGee beat me in high school in the state championship game, semifinal game. Like him and Jordan Shipley. Big ups to them. But man, I was fired up. We had them boys at the crib. I think we put a 40 ball on them. Yeah, we did. They might have had 12.
I think it was 40-26.
Yeah, it was 40-26. That boy got a memory like an elephant.
Hey, man, listen.
He's right. He's right. But you're talking about a great game? Man, I had a game out there against that option, man. That was a big moment for me to be like, okay, Spoon, you own something. You got something going. Yeah, sir.
It's crazy for that season because it's also kind of the season where we kind of start becoming men as well. You know what I mean?
Different.
We move off campus. Mac paying bills.
Who you rooming with?
So I room with Denario, Ra, and Book.
I'm laughing because everybody was like, hey, all y'all cool. Y'all can't room together.
No, whoa, hold on. Wait, I got this. Hold on.
We almost got it.
Hold on. So we was trying to find out who we was about to room with.
Yeah.
Right?
Off campus.
Mm-hmm. And for some reason, right, I found Copper Beach. It was my idea. It's my idea, man. And then all of a sudden,
Copper Beach.
I come to the table and they was like, Spoon. I think it was you that told me. You was like, me, Spoon, Nario, and Rob are gonna live together. And I'm like, so that leaves me with who? It was Book, Dale, shout out Dale, and JP, right? And here's the thing, like, those are our guys, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Of course.
But y'all my guys, right?
Different.
Yeah.
It was
so I'm
different.
like, how Ra get thrown into the mix? Like, you know what I mean? So then we had to like kind of split it up.
We figured it out.
Figured it up.
Everybody took two.
Who's the most responsible? This one and this one.
Y'all
you guys gonna lead the house. Y'all gonna pay the bills. Make sure everybody take care of their business. Do what they do. Yeah. And we just kind of figured out a way. So it was me, Mac, JP, and Dale Howard.
Yep. Yeah.
And then Gangsta Book.
Yeah.
Book, K Rut, Nario, and Raweezy. And I mean, it just worked out. And we had to go and be neighbors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that the home, to set the stage, the home, it was four rooms in one house, 4 rooms in the other house, but the house was connected by a balcony.
2 townhouses. So it's right there.
Really 8 of us.
Back door stayed unlocked. In and out.
I don't know if any door locked. We just in and out of each other's home at all times.
And everybody else pulling up too, right?
Yeah, the entire team would come to this home. And I remember, this is an amazing season, right? I remember coming home sometime after the games and it being like just gifts.
Yeah, man.
Puppy child, which was a thing I had never heard of.
So good.
He knows. I don't know if it's a Midwest thing, puppy child, where it's like it's a mix of like Chex Mix and
I'm gonna look
chocolate.
right at you right here. Them folks in Missouri, y'all sure know how to treat them brothers well, man.
Yeah, they do.
We went out there, we put it on the line, and you blessed us. We come home, all kind of treats at the door, notes,
great games.
It just felt like, first you get there, you're like, man, I don't know where I'm supposed to be. Man, you just felt at home at Copper Beach, bro.
But that's how I knew our team was also special, because, Willie Moe pulling up. Pig pulling up, like all the Jerron back, like all the older guys
at
coming to our crib to hang out,
and Jerron telling us though, like, y'all different.
Different.
I had a homeboy played at Nebraska, Mike McNeil, my tight end. So him and I would talk occasionally. I'm like, yo, hey, how y'all, how's the team? He's like, yeah, we hang out sometimes, and like it's more like my class. I'm like, yo, like, no, our older guys are coming to our spot because they know like.
And we're out together.
Yeah, we're out together. So like that's how I knew we was different.
It wasn't even like that in my high school. That was different for me.
Yeah.
But you enjoy it and you relish in it because now on the field, like we kick it all the time.
Yeah.
On the field, you can tell.
Yeah.
Like this team, they play together. It was never a lot of, look at the offense. Oh, look at the defense. It was always we a family now.
I don't remember no bad days either.
No.
Like it was like, you might have a rough day at the job, but man, we just had this aura about us that we just like loved what we were doing, loved one another, and it was contagious. It was contagious. So that's why those older guys were pulling up. You know what I'm saying? They knew they knew that we were the missing links, to get Missouri to where they thought it was going to be when they signed to come there, right?
Yeah,
and you could feel it. You could feel it like meshing together. And I think 2007 is like the epitome of that, like just coming together in the way we played. 12-2, finishing 4th. In the country, beating 2 BCS teams. Like we beat Illinois first game, we beat Kansas. They were undefeated. We didn't make a BCS bowl, but we went to the Cotton Bowl. We had to pull out the belt now.
Yeah,
we had to go pull out the belt on Arkansas.
They had the 3-headed monster, right?
They had a 3-headed monster. Felix, McFadden,
and talking about
Hillis.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, and, Peyton Hillis, Darren McFadden, Felix Jones.
Who was the quarterback? Was it Ryan Mallett?
Casey Dick.
Okay.
Yeah, Mallett. I think Mallett was at he went to Michigan first.
Okay.
And he came. But man, you talking about a time, a group of people. It was something special, man. Let's kind of kick it off to talk about something about that year that maybe nobody might not know. Mac, you feel comfortable talking about a couple situations?
Yeah.
I was gonna talk about the car situation.
Yeah. So here's the deal, and here's where I knew that you're always under a microscope. Okay. So we had an incident, where, we all are, I would say, stand-up guys, right? Like we didn't get in trouble, right? Yeah, we were college students, but we knew what our purpose was, right? And what's the couple things that can kind of cloud it a little bit? Girls.
Obviously.
Honey dips.
Yeah, girls kind of at that time.
Teenage or young
being
man,
the main one. So had a situation, man, where I had a young lady ask me to come pick her up from a party, right? Here it is. We stayed in the house, right?
Yeah.
And I asked a couple of my guys to go with me, right? Didn't know that this was going to happen. And trust me, I learned a lesson that day, man. But one of my teammates, who I'm not even gonna say I asked him to come, but he came, and
he was a rider.
Yeah, he brought a gun into my car, right? And he was sitting behind me, and he put the gun. The gun was underneath my seat, but he was sitting behind me. So we get to the place.
Hold on, Mac. Just stop it one second, right? This how it works. Hey, dog. Man, I'm about to go pick up my little shorty, dog. Hey, dog. They over there talking noise in the background, dog. Man, boys over there. We been at the house playing dominoes, spades. We chilling. We ain't stepping out.
I went
we
out
chilling.
that night.
We grooving. K. Rudd's in them streets now.
Yeah.
He ain't get to see all this. He got the aftermath. And he was the one that could break it down to it. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I'm
amped up.
Yeah,
now
I'm
we in the
pumped
whip.
up.
We ready.
So here's the thing. Like, clearly everybody knows who we are. This is after the season, right?
We've already been established, right?
So this is this is about 2 weeks before Pro Day, which not our Pro Day, but the year before us.
Okay.
So long story short, we pick up the young lady, and something transpired. I wasn't at the car when this happened.
I got you.
Yeah, so he got me.
there.
So go ahead.
All right, so we pull up to pick up Jeremy's friend. So we pull up, and it's some guys on the balcony just hurling down insults, like, because they, Mac been at home all night.
Yeah.
These guys been in the club behind this girl all night. You know what I'm saying? Now she want to see Mac.
Yeah.
That hurt a young teenager's pride right there, especially, like 20-year-old, 21-year-old college students. That hurt your pride. So here we pull up. Mac got the Nissan sitting on them things.
We call it choosing.
Hey, and they choosing, right? Players get chose.
Yeah.
Mac used to be a player. Now, what I'm saying? We married. We didn't do all that. But anyway, so we at the spot. It gets into back and forth between, guys on the balcony and guys down in the car.
Okay.
And one of the guys in the car, they was like, so apparently somebody threw something up or something. They was like, oh, they throwing rocks. And they said this in the paper verbatim, like, I got something to throw at you, but it ain't a rock, is what someone said. And I don't know if someone said that. We was all having a good time and just kind of joking. It kind of went fast real quick, but my mans went to go grab his strap that we kind of didn't know. We knew he had a strap, and
he brought it though.
Yeah, we didn't know he brought it to the spot. He was a protector though. This guy was a protector, bro. He was a good friend. He's a good guy. He was a protector, man. So when somebody was after his people, he's about their life. You know what I'm saying? It went down like that, man. And so the gun never came out the car, never brandished. But
So when I came back to the car, it was after all this had happened.
Okay.
The funny story is when I went over to the steps, I had like 3 or 4 dudes asked to take pictures.
Like
it was just a
in the
weird,
midst of all that.
It was weird. So I had no idea that was going on. Like it's so crazy.
Negative.
You BS? No, I'm not BS. I had no idea that was going on. So we get back to the car, and I hop in the car. Granted, they don't tell me nothing. They don't tell me it happened.
Yeah.
We
just got in the car.
It's just normal. We thinking nothing happened.
I'm driving down the street, and I see one cop show up behind me. Okay. Light, no lights at the time, right? Lights are off.
Oh, just behind you.
Just behind me. Then 1 turned into 2 turned into 3. And pretty soon they were doing like a flying V.
Mighty Ducks.
You would have thought OJ was out there.
They're doing a flying V behind me. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like,
were the lights on yet or not yet?
Not yet. So then I go a little bit more. I'm on knife on. Knife on. I'm going in Copper Beach kind of the back way, right?
Yeah.
So all of a sudden the lights come on and I look above me and there's spikes in the road and there's cops. Like when we stopped the car, there's cops coming out the woods.
No.
Swear. No, I had no idea what's going on, right? No idea.
Driver.
Yes. Throw the keys out the window.
With your right hand. Open
What?
with your instruction like you never believe.
Throw the keys out the window. And I'm like,
Yo.
like, what's going on? I still don't know what's going on, right?
Why
I
me?
swear to you. So we all get out. They make us get out the car one by one and walk backwards. We all get out the car one by one and walk
But
backwards.
when we spin around, Mac, it's turn us around slow. And so at that point, you kind of notice what's going on in the woods over there, but you really don't know. But as you turning, you see they already drew down on us. Like,
man, it's crazy.
They done drew down on us in the woods. Now we're turning around and we see what's really back there. They drawing down on us now. Like they put us all in separate cars, questioning us.
Yeah.
They found what they was looking for.
I didn't know this back then.
Bro.
Yes. Found what they looking for. Teammate.
One car go away.
He because it's the right thing to do. Because I said, once again, it wasn't like
it was his job.
Yeah. But here's a kicker though. Like the thing that kind of I was looking at, like the young lady never got put in cuffs. Okay. Spoon was out of cuffs in like 5 minutes.
Well, you know I have the gift of gab.
You can talk now.
I'm sitting in the back of the cop car for about an hour. Because it's my car, I get it.
You're the driver. Okay.
But about an hour, and I'm like, I still don't know what's going on. It wasn't until the cop let me out the cuffs where he told me what was going on, right?
The only one who doesn't know is in the cop car the longest.
Yes. I still don't know what's going on. But long story short, right? I don't think that teammate's a bad dude. I think he made a bad decision, right?
Right.
We all do know.
Right.
We get to the pro day. A BSU not, right? It was never really a big story, but the story was written. It belonged a car belonging to Jeff Parise.
Oh, okay.
So he was livid with me. He was so upset with me because it was just all about, man, you can't make those type of decisions,
right?
But I'll never forget. So. Scout said, one of the scouts came up to me. He goes, "What's up, Jay?" And granted, you're not even supposed to be talking to me for real, right? It's not my pro day.
Talking to me off though.
Yeah, he goes.
Yeah, he just had a great season. Yeah.
He said, "Hello, Jay." He said, "Man, you're a heck of a player." He said, "I know you're a great kid." He said, "You got to be more aware of your surroundings." He said, "I know about what happened," and that
it's eye-opening. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like something as innocent as I thought it was because I didn't know. Like I could have got.
And it wasn't a big story. Yeah.
Man, I could have got caught up in some stuff, man. That really could have derailed my whole career, right?
I was right there with you.
That's what I'm saying. But
and I don't think I understood the magnitude of what was going on at the time.
Yeah.
So it was like when the coaches actually, like when the story came out in the local paper, and when the coaches how they came at me, had me hot. Like, I ain't doing nothing. I had no gun. I ain't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it took a while for me to like kind of digest what happened and what could have happened and how it could have derailed us from doing what we came there to do, So I tell the kids today, like, man, it's right there. It's attainable. But hey.
I mean, one misstep, right?
One move, bro.
One misstep. So
one move.
It ain't even about, sometimes it ain't even about like who you are and what you believe in and how you move. Sometimes it's about how somebody who's next to you moves.
On the tail end of that story, I ended up picking that man up out of jail that night.
With my wife.
With your current wife. Yeah,
Wow.
we had lapped up in the back of her car. We go get him.
She's a rider.
And we had a night, because we go to McDonald's. It's like 3 a.m. and we get biscuits, sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits, McGriddles. Yeah. We had like a little feast, man, with sweet tea everywhere. But it was kind of like we also knew that player would no longer be with the team. Just before this incident, Coach Pinkley made an announcement. If you are found with a firearm, you are off of this team.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like the writing was on the wall. And then I think later on that year, I wake up in the same home that we all lived in, and Jermaine Gresham is on our couch.
Yeah.
OU tight end, like OU star tight end is on our couch because he was best friends with that guy. And he was coming to take him home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was my first time meeting Jermaine. He's taking up the entire couch, which was like, first off, I just tried to tackle you and couldn't do it. Why are you here? You know what I mean?
Man,
which was wild.
Gresh is awesome, man. He's awesome.
There were a lot of stories like that happened.
Yeah. I think
a great season.
I think that was the one that like I guess it really like made me understand like the type of spotlight that we were in too. Right?
I get it.
I think Pink, when I talked to Pink about it, I think he was more And this is why you double back. This is how I knew I was in the right place, because he was more worried about, he didn't really care about how it made the university look. He was more worried about me and my well-being.
That was Missouri's MO, bro.
Yeah. It was.
Like, it felt different.
Yeah.
When it came, even during the recruiting process, it was like, how's mom? How's dad?
Yeah.
It wasn't always about ball. It wasn't about them making a quota, man. It was about them, doing what they love and having an opportunity to impact young men's lives to the utmost level. And
they did that.
That was big, bro. And you always felt that love from them.
Man.
You always did.
Dog.
I mean, even and you get kind of caught up, is it the success or is it because this is kind of how you guys are here? But the entire town of Columbia was like that. That year, obviously, we're winning a lot of games and we're bringing a lot of publicity to this city, right? But, we were there for the years that, it wasn't 2006 wasn't that good of a season, but the town still kind of engulfed you and showed love.
They could sense like the change in the character of the Missouri athlete. Because when Pinko got there, that's kind of what he was dealing with, right? They always talk about, like, when he came, we got guys like saying, we got guys coming in, like, man, my alarm clock didn't go off. Alarm clock? Like, you kidding me? Like,
that was your excuse? Yeah.
That was the culture. Like, it was a lot of stuff going on, but we were like, we cared so much, so it was like, man,
do things the right way.
Whatever I got to do. And they never gave up on us in that sense, I feel like, because they could kind of sense that in us.
They did. And
they always taught us.
And that kind of makes me remember, like, all right, this, like J-Mac said, this was the right place.
Yeah.
This was the right place. I don't know if even today, I don't know if I never heard anybody else from any other school that I've met playing in the NFL say or kind of mention the things that we have mentioned in our stories about how people cared about them. It was different. I know people who went to some of the biggest name schools and like, I can't even go back.
Yeah.
You can't go back.
I do think that as athletes, right, we get we get exposed and we experience things that I guarantee you our experiences are much different than the average student there, right? Yeah,
Way different.
I think everybody understands that. But I'm with you though, like it and I think that's credit to GP, that's credit to his coaching staff, that's credit to Mike Alden, that's credit to the type of people that they put around us to help us understand what it's all about, right? Because nowadays, right, there's no loyalty to a university. There's no it's people, right?
Business.
Like the door is evolving, right? So if you don't find the right people, man, you're gonna constantly be in the portal. You're gonna constantly be searching. You're gonna constantly be looking for, or you're gonna be in it for the wrong reasons, right? So right now, it's a fine line between which I think athletes should get paid for,
without a doubt.
But there's a fine line between, like, okay, you went to college to do what?
Man, I was focused, bro. I wanted to be my mom's first kid to graduate from school, just like she did in her family. And I wanted to be successful on the field, get everything I could get to prepare me for the next level.
Exactly, right? You went to college for what?
Basically the same things, man. Yeah. Like, I mean, I wasn't the first, but it was always like a standard in my home, and I was completing the standard.
Yeah.
You finish high school, you go to college, and then you're setting yourself up for success when you leave.
Yeah. I don't know if college athletes feel that. I think there's a bunch that do, but I think that because it's gotten to a point to where it is now, I think that the reasons of why people are doing certain things have changed.
Yeah. Drastically different.
And
drastically different.
It kind of reminds me of like getting drafted, like they're getting drafted earlier.
Yeah.
And so they're becoming like the head of the family almost, Like I remember when I was 22, I get drafted, it's like, oh man, my voice is way different. I'm still my mom and my daddy's son, but it's like
now I'm
like people looking at me to have answers and say, what I'm doing. It was different, man. So that can kind of get you, that can kind of swell you up a little bit up top.
Hey, listen, and I'm not saying all those reasons are wrong.
Right.
Some of those reasons are necessary.
No, but definitely.
When you come from nothing, right? Can you imagine?
Oh, I can't imagine.
You see what I'm saying? So
being able to provide,
everything's just different.
Yeah, it's different.
Like the whole landscape is different.
I think just in life, every experience is you got to get something from it, So I wouldn't say you should do it this way or that way, but I would say learn from whichever decision that you make, good or bad. Like keep going and then pass that on to someone else, and that way each one teach one. I like that, man. I like
Definitely.
That. And so, man, it's the third episode. Feels great to be with my bros, man. Thank you, Trues, for tuning in. Man, we having a great time. Right now, we kind of talked a little bit about that anomaly of a year, that great year, but now we hot. So the streets is calling.
Yeah.
The streets is calling. We got ESPN calling, Sports Illustrated calling. They doing all the interviews, all these preseason awards, all these accolades are piling up. So if you guys want to see how we fare in 2008, make sure you guys check in True Sons Podcast, Episode 3.